It's a big week of earnings for the sector, for retail, as Wall Street awaits results from Target, Lowe's, Walmart, and TJX, just to name a few. But first, we're going to hear from Home Depot. That's tomorrow morning, as that stock is on pace for its best month since November of last year. What can we expect from the sector? And are there names that you should be adding to your portfolio? Joining us now on set is John Sanmarco from Neuberger Berman, and it's great to have you here. Welcome.
Great to be here. Thanks, Morgan.
Oh, let's start with Home Depot. What are you expecting tomorrow?
Great place to start. I think, taking a step back, the broader retail space, it's kind of same old, same old. I don't think 2Q will sound terribly different than 1Q. I think tariffs are being passed through reasonably painlessly. There's just not much incremental excitement. Home improvement is a space where we've gone from bad to less bad to, I think this is the quarter where we turn the corner, start to see positive growth. The cycle starts to get better.
Why?
Well, for starters, we're 3 years past when rates initially surged and housing turnover responded to that immediately. And that 3-year number is an important figure because that's about how long a new homeowner spends at an outsized rate on their home. So we're hitting this key point where the new rate environment has been digested, and I think people can focus on what's specific about Home Depot and some of their advantages.
Okay. I know they have a diversified supply chain, and they're making some big acquisitions right now. So how do you stack them up against Lowe's, which isn't necessarily making the same sort of acquisitions? Yeah,
on the DIY side, both, I think, are very similarly positioned to benefit from a better consumer, more willing to spend on big ticket. But your question alluded to it. What Home Depot's done the last decade, and very aggressively the last several years, they've built the new abilities to serve pros in different kinds of ways. Larger purchases, planned purchases, makes for a much bigger market selling the same product to the same customers, just obviously more use cases. And so all of this has been hidden from the public market, I think, by the cycle. And when we get to just a lukewarm cycle for home improvement, I think some of those things will start to shine quite a bit more.
What are your thoughts going into big box retailer earnings? Especially, I look at like a Target. They've been getting a lot of my money in the back to school spending spree in the Brennan Cacciati household. But in general, we know that it's a name that's been struggling, in part because obviously they get hit hard by tariffs, but also by all the discretionary stuff there.
Sure. Yeah. Big box, I think, perhaps in the other direction. It's been unusually benign competitive environment across general merchandise retail. It's been a long time since competition has really reared its ugly head in that space, and that space can get pretty cutthroat. I think at the margin, 2Q will show us very little. We just haven't seen enough tariffs yet. The consumer's been resilient enough. There was even perhaps some wallet share shift out of services and into goods that made the space look better. But I think this is probably as good as it gets for that space. Target's a little bit different. I think they've had some execution issues, and to your point, they do skew a bit more discretionary than their largest competitors. So it's already been tough for them, but I think there's the risk that it gets tougher for the broader space across grocery, across general merchandise retail.
Does Walmart continue to be a winner here, or are they going to see more competitive action? I mean, think about the Amazon report about grocery delivery, for example, last week. Yeah,
they're immune from a lot. They've had so much momentum. They have so much heft. I think when they report 2Q, they'll flex their muscles around those exact things: the volume, the frequency they're winning with customers, some of these future-proofing capabilities they've been building. But no, they're not immune. Amazon making big incremental bets on grocery, making big incremental bets on rural. That's a shot right across Walmart's bow. So that's not to say that they can't defend themselves. They're certainly not helpless, but I do think there's the risk that economics across the space come down in the battle for everyday wallet share and frequency with the customer.